Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a budget with me for the paycheck that I will be receiving on April 13th, 2023 using the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck Workbook from the Budget Mom. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Before we dive into the budget with me, I wanted to take a moment to talk about the little update and revamp to my Budget by Paycheck workbook. If you didn't see my March 2023 budget recap, which I can link up here, I did get a new cover for my budget book. This is the same cover I had on it, but in a different color. So this is a linen cover from Martha Stewart. I did purchase this as well as the beige one I've been using for the last few years from Staples. If I remember, I will put a link to this in the description box. I actually found this because I was looking for a link to put in one of my videos a few months back, and I saw that they actually don't sell the beige cover that I've been using in letter size anymore, but that they do sell this color in letter size. So I was very tempted to purchase it, kind of debated it for a little bit, and then ended up going back and buying it. I just felt like it would be fun to have a second color just to mix things up for myself. I also feel like this color goes really well with the colors in the cover and the dividers for the version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom that I'm using for this year. Like, this nice dark blue color goes really well with these colors. So if we cut forward to April, actually this financial freshness cleaning checklist, I got this in the Budget Mom's newsletter from last week or a couple weeks ago. From a couple weeks ago, I think. I haven't done it yet, but I decided that it would be something fun to do like quarterly, just to make sure I'm staying on track with my budget. And I have to admit to you all, my monthly spread is not on track. I have to fill in what I saved for the first 2 weeks of this savings challenge that I'm doing. I have to mark off some other things on here, and I just have been lazy and haven't done it. But we are budgeting for the paycheck I'm receiving on the 13th. It is halfway through the month that I'm getting my first paycheck because I did get paid right at the end of March. We are going to be utilizing this paycheck to pay the majority of the bills that we have to pay for the month of April. So I am going to bring you all to the paycheck budget tracker and then zoom on in. So I'm not sure if I mentioned in my last budget with me, I feel like I must have, but I had talked about how my contribution to my retirement account went up on March 1st, which was my birthday. It went up by 1%, and I wasn't sure if that was going to influence the budgeted amount I have for my income. As it turns out, it didn't bring it below the $3,100 mark. I usually budget my income to be a little low versus a little high. And prior to that change, it was about $3,175. After that change, it's been about $3,130. So don't have to change what I'm budgeting my income to be, which is great. For this paycheck, I am paying quite a few bills. So we have Netflix, which I'm budgeting $17 for, Verizon, which I'm budgeting $150, my Optimum, which has been in flux the last couple months, but I feel like is going to balance out to be about $190 this month, Sikorsky, which is my car payment, that's $460, and then my church contribution that I make monthly, which is $20. Now, if I add all of those bills together, they do equal to $837. And if I subtract that from the $3,100 I'm budgeting my income to be, we are left with $2,263, which is what we're going to bring down to the envelope section of the paycheck budget tracker. Now, you can also call this section the variable expense section. This is where you're going to put in all of the things that you know you're going to spend money on during this pay period, but you don't know exactly how much they're going to add up to be. So for me, those categories are groceries, eating out, gas, and miscellaneous. These can be any categories that you need though. Some people have a personal category in here for their own personal spending. You might have your child's name here for their spending, things like that. I always budget the same amount of money for each of these categories. I always budget $200 for groceries, $100 for eating out, $75 for gas, and $175 for miscellaneous. So all of these added together do equal $550. And if I subtract that from the $2,263 we were left with after paying my bills, we do have $1,713 left. That's what we're going to bring over to the sinking fund section of the Paycheck Budget Tracker. This section has been ever changing over the last few months, and that's because I have been steadily hitting goals for all of my 2023 sinking funds, which is super, super exciting. And with this paycheck, we're actually going to be hitting our final goal for my sinking funds that have goals. I do have 2 rolling sinking funds. Those are sinking funds that I contribute to no matter what, every single pay period. For me, those are my travel and my giving sinking funds. Black Friday, that's a new sinking fund for me for 2023. That's because I do spend money on Black Friday. A lot of times I buy a lot of planner supplies, small appliances, things I need for around the house. I wait till Black Friday so I can get deals. So I wanted to have this category for myself, this sinking fund for myself for 2023. We only need 119 to hit goal on Black Friday. So that's going to be hitting goal, which is really, really exciting. My other 2 rolling sinking funds are going to get their usual amounts of $50. If I add those 3 together, it's $219. Now that is a lot less than I usually have towards sinking funds. Usually I put $490. Even when I hit goal on a sinking fund, I've been sticking to $490. I've been doing a bit of a sinking fund snowball to reach my goals more quickly. But because we only have this one single final sinking fund that has to reach goal, we don't even need that full $490 anymore, which is super, super exciting. So sinking funds total is $219. If I subtract that from the $1,713 we were left with after bills and variable expenses, we have $1,494, which is what I'm going to bring down to the extra debt and extra savings sections. Now, I've talked in my last several budget with me's about the fact that I am really ramping up my home search. And so even though I still want to pay off my car loan, even though that's still a big financial goal of mine, it's not the priority goal. House savings is the priority goal. So with this $1,494, I am putting a decent amount towards my car. I'm putting $400, but the majority of that money, $1,094, is going towards my house savings. And that's going to leave me with $0 in my budget, which is exactly what I want. The budget by paycheck method is a zero-based budget method. If we flip this page over and take a look at my cash envelope breakdown, we can see that things are a little plain over here, but I'm okay with that. That means that we've hit a lot of my sinking funds. I am one to try and go with largest denominations possible, and since the only savings challenge that I'll be pulling, that I know the amount that I need, that I'm pulling from my variable expense cash envelopes, is my 52-week challenge, I'm able to really kind of stick with largest denominations possible for my variable expenses, which I have not really been able to do so much in the last few months. So for eating out, $100, we're doing that in a $100 bill. Gas is $75, we're doing that in a $50, $20, and a $5. Miscellaneous is $175, we're doing it in a $100, $50, $20, and a $5. Travel, Black Friday, giving, again, all largest denominations possible. That means total we're pulling out $569 from my checking account on April 13th when I get paid, and that is what I will be stuffing in my cash envelopes for my cash envelope stuffing, which is going to post on Saturday. And that's going to be it for this budget with me. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I do really love filming these budget with me's for you all. I just hope that they're like a little bit of insight into how I like to use the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. Of course, if you have any questions or comments about how I use this workbook, about how I budget in general, please don't hesitate to put them down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.